first day of mandatory veteran mini camps. Got a good amount for you guys today, so let's jump into this. What is up, Fin fans? Mandatory minicamp. We're getting closer and closer to that break, and then we're getting training camp. But once training camp gets here, that's when all of a sudden you start to feel it. The football, you can feel it coming down the mountain. That football. Because then training camp, then the beginning of August, we get actual football, preseason, then the season. So we're making our way downtown. But before we jump into this again, I have player and head coach quotes, and I have some on-the-field stuff. I got to shout out today's sponsor, if you guys don't know yet, and that is Manscaped.com. I'd like to thank Manscaped.com for sponsoring this video. They have a new promo. Father's Day is coming up, June. You know, fathers are incredibly hairy. I am now a father, and I'm incredibly hairy, and they have a new bundle with the Lawnmower 4.0. I use this thing on my chest. I use it on my face. Fathers can use it on their backs, on their shoulders. We all know dads out there watching. They're hairy men. My dad looks like he's wearing a sweater at all times. That's how hairy he is. So I will be gifting him this Lawnmower 4.0 to help him. It's waterproof. It's cordless. Has a light on it. Skin-safe technology. Shave. Not worry about getting nicked. Nothing. Along with that, you get the Boxers 2.0. These boxers are soft. They have the new jewel pouch design. Cradles them. Makes them feel like they're just at home. Put them to bed, have them go to sleep. So for 20% off, if you use the promo code DDW20, you get the Lawnmower 4.0 and the Boxers 2.0 and this Father's Day gift. So again, use the promo code DDW20. You get free shipping and you get 20% off on this fantastic Father's Day gift. Get your dad one. Help him stop being so hairy, and get him some underwear while you're at it. Okay, so on the field stuff I will talk about first, and it was a very bad day for the offense. The defense was killing it today, and I'll go into that. Xavier Howard was there, first time being there in the offseason. Again, Mike McDaniel said he doesn't really, and none of these vets really need to be there when it comes to the OTAs because they've earned it. Teron Armstead, Byron Jones, Melvin Ingram, and Mostert were also there, but they weren't practicing. And when we talk about what McDaniel had to say, you'll understand why. Again, defense was incredibly dominant at practice today. Defense got some good pressure on both quarterbacks in the red zone. Phillips and Scarlett getting a sack on Tua, a would-be sack again. No contact on the quarterbacks. Team had several shots inside the 15-yard line, but only scored twice, one on a pair of short passes from Skylar Thompson. So Skylar Thompson was the bright spot of the offense today, threading a touchdown to Sherfield on the 1-yard line. Lynn Boda had a strong practice as well, made a pair of diving catches, both from Tua and from Thompson. Zach Sealer had a dominant red zone performance. I've been raving about him since 2019, if you guys remember. I absolutely loved the pickup of Zach Sealer. Getting through blocks, just completely dominant. Noah Igbenogany. I got some more good news about Noah. He had a pass breakup from a pass from Tua to Waddle on a deep pass. Waddle got behind Noah. Tua put the ball where it needed to be, right there, and Noah just at the last second, diving, smacks the ball out of the way. It was like a great play. It was a great pass by Tua, a great play by Waddle to get separation, and an even better play by Noah Igbenogany to dive and at the last second smack the ball out. Just, I'm loving hearing Noah is doing so well in OTAs and mandatory minicamps so far. Preston Williams, Lynn Bowden Jr., Gesicki, Hill, and Waddle all flashed at practice with nice catches from all of them. Jalen Phillips on a fumble recovery. Noah also with a sack today. Again, you're hearing a lot of good from the defense. And Wilkins with a sack, while Van Ginkel was incredibly disruptive and getting pressure. Now, Adam Beasley was able to talk a little bit more about camp and talk a little bit more about Tua. He had a bad day at camp today. This is what he had to say. Facing constant pressure in the non-padded session, Tua completed 7 of 12 passes for 82 yards. He didn't throw a touchdown, but he didn't throw an interception, I should say, or he didn't throw a touchdown, so neither. Yet he had 6 plays blown up by sacks, and even more of his completions he had weren't particularly impressive. Before I get to more about what Tua had to do today, not having pads on is very easy for the defense to get through and get past this offensive line. So, of course, Teron Armstead isn't playing, and they're probably rotating. I don't want you guys to hear anything coming out of minicamp today or anything out of OTA and think the sky is falling. Once we start to see the play, once we start to see padded plays and stuff like that, then we get a real assessment on what's going on. We're talking about it because it's something to talk about now, but don't take this too seriously, especially with the constant pressure and the 6 blown up plays by sacks. With no pads on, it is way easier for the defense to get through the offensive line. So again, it's fine. On Wednesday, Tua was very late on a rollout sideline pass to Gesicki, who had likely had a touchdown if Tua had been on time. Later in the red zone, he threw behind Gesicki, leading to a pass breakup from Javon Holland. Tua had a fumble snap pitch. That's probably where Jalen Phillips picked that up. Tua's issues began with his first throw of the day, a low ball across the middle, saved by a diving catch by Lynn Bowden. So again, Lynn Bowden with the diving catch from Tua and also from Skylar Thompson. This isn't meant to pile on Tua, who is learning his 3rd offense in as many NFL seasons. He's probably still in the thinking, not playing part of the learning curve. With the NFL season 3 months away, he has plenty of time to get up to speed. So yeah, it was a bad day. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in camp. You're going to have a bad day. It's not even camp. It's a mini camp. I'm not stressing about it. It wasn't a great day for Tua. It wasn't a great day on the offense in general. And that's plain and simple. That's it. I'm not going to delve too deep into a mini camp where they're still installing the offense. And I fully 100% expected the defense to dominate. They're not installing a defense. They're not, there's barely how many, we have Melvin Ingram, we have the rookie and Tyndall. I'm trying to think of the new guys on the defense. There's barely any new additions on defense. So the defense is fresh. The defense knows what they're doing. The defense is just playing football, whereas the whole entire offense is still learning different routes, learning different plays, learning different protections, learning different motions, learning. So I'm not going to take the fact that the defense dominated all of the offense. Skylar Thompson, like I said, was the bright spot. He had the 2 touchdowns. Other than that, the entire defense of the offense from Tua to Bridgewater was struggled bus city from all of them. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, that's just 2-win season. This is it. It's minicamp. But that's the stuff I got on field from you. Mike McDaniel talked to the press afterwards. He said he's treating this minicamp kind of like training camp more than he did OTAs. So he's trying to instill it so the guys get ready for training camp and the process and how the pace is going to be for training camp. He talks about Gesicki. He says he's really attacked and with great vigor and with great footwork in the run game. So they're probably trying to get him installed and understand, especially with Embry, trying to get that understanding so it's not such a telltale if Gesicki's in or out if the Dolphins are running the ball. So they're probably really working on that with him. He says there's no setbacks with Armstead, Jones, or Mostert after their offseason injury. He said when they are ready, they'll be out there full swing. So yeah, they all had little procedures that they're going to slow play it out there. They'll probably be there for training camp. And last thing I'll talk about that he says is when Austin Jackson is playing right tackle, I've been very pleased. We're asking people to do hard things at an elite level. I honestly think it's Austin Jackson's job to lose at right tackle. I think his athleticism and the physicality that he has fits this offensive line, especially at right tackle. So we'll see. We'll see how that all pans out. They also talked to Xavier Howard. He had a new neck tattoo. He had a peace sign right by his jugular, his Adam's apple. God bless you, X, because I would never get any of those. It hurts so bad. When I got my chest tattooed, it was painful. It felt like I was going through labor. But he said he was at peace. That's what that was. He's happy he's at peace. He talks about playing with Tyreek Hill on the team. He says, man, I'm glad I don't have to see him on game day. We're going to teach each other better. We're going to get each other better. And that's what it's all about. Iron sharpening iron. If Tua is struggling, if Hill is struggling, if X is struggling, if Teron Armstead, if these guys are struggling going up against their own teammates, that's good. Iron's going to be they're just going to keep learning and get better from the best guys that they're playing across from them. And he says he's impressed on how Tua's looked. He said he's bombing it. Take it however you want. A lot of people think that they're just fluffing it up and they don't mean it. Take whatever you want. I'm just reporting it to you at this point. I like that they're actually supporting him. They've always supported him. I feel, this is from Evan Ingram. He says, I feel amazing. Where else would you rather be? Essentially in Miami. He said the starting training camp, he's going to be there and he's going to be ready. So again, for the rest of the OTAs and for probably the rest tomorrow, which is the last day of mandatory minicamp, he's probably just understanding the defensive playbook and he's just installing it all into his brain. And then when training camp comes at mid-late July, he'll be ready to go. And Teron Armstead was the last guy they talked to. We talked about Jalen Phillips, and he has a chance to be something special in the NFL. And that's, like I said, the iron sharpening iron situation. Jalen Phillips going up against Teron Armstead is going to teach him how to get around these elite tackles and how to consistently get that pressure. I'm so happy that he's there to not only help Teron Armstead, that is, not only help the offensive line learn more, but also help, these young guys and him and Andrew Van Ginkel learn how to get their pass rush skills and abilities up. And he talks about Mike McDaniel's offense. He says it allows the offensive line to be playmakers. The offense allows you to be directly impactful on lots of plays. It's important. The offensive line is incredibly important in the zone running scheme that Mike McDaniel is going to be installing. So it's going to be very interesting to see the who's playing where. We're constantly hearing, Conor Williams is taking snaps at center. What does that mean? It means that he's an emergency backup center. I fully expect him to be playing left guard. But that being said, I have no idea because we don't have a center besides Michael Dieter on the team right now. Will they go out and grab another one? We'll see. There's J.C. Treader still out there. But this is what I'm hearing about J.C. Treader, right? I'll give you a little inside source. This is the last thing I'll talk about. J.C. Treader, if you notice with the Cleveland Browns, where he still played at a very high level with Cleveland, he didn't practice, right? He kind of just played the games because of his nagging knee and ankle injuries. And what I'm hearing is J.C. Treader is worried about doing that in Miami because if you don't condition yourself to play in this heat and then all of a sudden you go out on game day and just play, he's not going to be ready to play in this type of weather. And it's going to affect his play. And that's what he's worried about from what I'm hearing. We'll see if the Dolphins pull it, because supposedly I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins contacted him, and we'll see how that happens. But I'll keep you updated. Keep you updated on all that stuff. But that's what I got for you today. Again, it was a bad day by the offense. We had that bright spot with Skylar Thompson with the 2 touchdowns. The receivers making their plays. But, Bridgewater and Tua didn't have a good day. Defense was all over them, getting sacks and all that stuff. So, just got to do better. Do better tomorrow, have a bounce back. It happens. If you guys have been following me for the past 4 years, I've been doing this. Every time I talk about training camp, it's like a day or two where defense dominating, and then boom. I'm like, and offense went off today. This touchdown, that touchdown. So it happens. It's the flow of camp. But that's what I got for you today. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2 of mandatory mini camps. And it'll probably be out around the same time, around 7 o'clock, just so I can get you all the news. I want to get you all the notes and all the play on the field that I can get. So it comes out around 7. But other than that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy. Fins up.